Okay. Now we can actually start this one. Wait, no, we need to do another intro.
God damn it! Welcome back!
Yes. Welcome back. If you did not see the first part of this two-part series, then go watch that first. This is part 2, and I am now going to describe a drawing that I have made to Mari, and then Mari is going to draw it.
To the best of my ability.
Yes. So, starting off, I drew this on an A4 size piece of paper, by which I mean sketchbook page. So,
okay.
And it is like a portrait orientation, and the drawing takes up about half of the page, but it's like, vertically half of the page. So it's like a character that's standing up, basically.
Okay.
But, obviously it doesn't really matter which part of the page you draw it on. I'm just, giving the general idea of the shape of the thing.
Yeah.
And
sure.
So
yeah.
This character I've drawn, just as a general descriptor, is a man. He's black, and he's probably like, middle-aged. So like, you can see that he is not a young person, but also it's not like he's like a super old person either.
Oh, middle-aged as in... Oh, I was like, oh no, we're doing medieval.
No, not medieval.
Oh, thank God you started talking about the age. This would have taken a turn quickly.
I mean, I don't know if this is better or worse, but the outfit is like ancient Roman.
Uh-oh. I have no idea what it looks like.
It's okay, try. I'm going to describe it to you.
Okay.
So basically, this character is standing up, and it's like a head-on, like looking straight at the camera sort of pose. His weight is pretty evenly on both feet. Hold on, I'm gonna get this right this time. His right foot is like facing frontwards towards the camera, and then his left foot is sort of facing sideways, in that way that you sometimes draw people when you draw them from the front.
Yeah.
And his right hand is down by his side, sort of like relaxed, just normal.
Straight down. Yeah, okay.
And his left hand is sort of like around about where his belly button would be, or a little bit higher. It's like bent, and it's sort of just like resting in front of his like stomach, kind of like in the middle of his torso, just like resting there.
Sort of like the Napoleon thing, or like
yeah, I guess.
So it's
imagine a waiter who has like a towel on their hand.
Like
yes. On their arm. It's kind of like that pose.
Oh, true. We're doing Roman clothing. Ah, yes.
Yeah. So there's a toga involved, so that's why the pose is like that.
Okay, well that's technically a sheet, so okay, yeah.
So, do you got the like general pose figured out?
I think so, yeah.
So the hand that's by the side, it's sort of like you can see the thumb and the finger, and then like just a little bit of another finger behind the finger.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you want me to describe the clothes first, or the face, or where do you want to start?
Let's start with the face, I think.
Okay.
I'll work the clothes around it then, like afterwards, I think.
So he has a pretty like square head, and then the chin sort of like comes down a little bit from like the bottom of the square. Maybe it's like more of a rectangle that it's like taller than it is wide. And He's got like quite big ears. They don't point like outwards from the face a lot, but they're just like quite long because he's got those like the type of earrings that like stretch the hole bigger.
Ah, yeah.
Like he's got those kind of earrings on the like bottom, like where you would have earrings, but they don't like have a hole in the middle like they sometimes do. They're just like, this black circle.
Okay. On
But
both
they're
sides.
sort of like, yeah, on both sides, but they're like bigger than a normal earring would be.
Okay.
And then on his right ear, he also has like at the top of the ear, like a little ring.
Yeah.
And he's got like hair that's like really short on the sides. So basically just like shaved, but it's like a different color, so you can see there's a little bit of hair there. And then like right at the top of his head, he's got like sort of afro curly hair, but it's also like very short, but just like a little bit longer, so you can tell it's curly. And then he's got like a goatee type beard. I think that's what it's called. So it's like mostly just on the chin.
Is it like straight beard hairs, or is it like does it have texture?
I mean, I drew it just like with like little short lines, like straight lines, so I can make it like curly.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
And then there's like a sort of like underneath the bottom lip, there's also like a little bit of the beard,
Yeah, like a soul patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got like a couple of wrinkles on his forehead. His eyes are like, not like abnormally small, but like not like cartoonishly large either, pretty much like realistic size for his face. And just like, regular eye shape, I guess. Got like the top lids, or like a crease above the eyes. And then pretty thick eyebrows that come like down quite close to the eyes. And the expression of the eyebrows is like a little bit angry / evil, so they're like a little bit higher on the outside and a little bit lower in the middle.
Yeah.
And then he's got like one wrinkle like very close to the bottom of the eye, and then another wrinkle that's like a sort of U shape, that's like a sort of bigger eye bag. And then like
both eyes are,
yeah, both eyes. And then like crow's feet at the like corners of the eyes. This is my attempt at making this character look older. And then he's got like a pretty wide flat nose, like, sort of the way that somebody who is black would have oftentimes. I don't know if that's a politically correct way to say that, but sort of like an.
Well, I mean, I called it toga just a sheet, so.
Well, nobody's actually wearing togas anymore, so it's not like you can be culturally insensitive towards ancient Romans. I have also drawn like two like parallel lines to indicate the bridge of the nose, like just like between the eyes, but a little bit lower. And then he's got like a nose ring, just like, a ring that goes from like one nostril to the other. Like a septum piercing, I think it's what it's called. And then his mouth is like just slightly open. He doesn't really have a lot of lips, a little bit of a bottom lip, but not much of a top lip. And I didn't draw any teeth or anything. He's just an empty open space in his mouth. And then
Is he smiling or anything?
Yeah, just like a smiling a little bit, but not in a friendly way, sort of in a little bit malicious. This is a specific character I've drawn, but I can't tell you who he is.
Okay.
It's D&D related.
Yeah, I was figuring as much.
And then last thing on the face is that he's got those, like, you know, the lines that go from like the corners of your nose to the like corners of your mouth.
Yeah, like the smiley ones.
Yeah, sort of like the easiest way to make somebody look a little bit older.
Yeah. I have those lines, I'm so old.
I mean, everybody has them, but if you put them on a drawing, they can easily make somebody look older.
True, yeah.
Especially if it's kind of like a simplified drawing. Okay, so that's the face covered, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got like the neck is like just slightly narrower than the face.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a little bit of neck between the like jaw and the shoulders, but not very much.
Mm-hmm.
This character is generally kind of like well, you can't tell very well with the clothes, but he is like kind of like muscular.
Okay.
And so he's got like pretty wide shoulders. And then the neckline is sort of like a V-neck. Let me just like give you a general description of the clothes and then we can go into more detail.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So basically the toga he's wearing is like on his left shoulder is sort of the sheet that's like draped over, and it then goes like diagonally from his left shoulder to his right armpit, and then on his right side it's all the way down to like slightly below the knee, and then on his left side it's all the way down to the ankle, the bottom of the like toga sheet thing. And then on his left side it's sort of like it's draped over his arm that's like lifted, so there's like a continuous piece of fabric like from the shoulder all the way down to the elbow, and then a piece of fabric that drapes over the arm. And if you're going to ask me how exactly this fabric is folded, I don't really know because I don't really understand how togas work. I was just looking at a reference picture. But basically, like, there's just like a bunch of lines then across his body, most of which are like sort of diagonally from his shoulder, like then towards the right side of his body.
Okay. So, is the left arm like does it show, or is it like covered in the toga?
The arm is completely covered, but like his hand is showing.
Okay.
And the hand is sort of like in a pose where the fingers, the back of the hand is like facing the camera, and the thumb is on top. And sort of like you can see a little bit of the thumb, but then it goes like behind the rest of the fingers, and the rest of the fingers curled so that they like the tips of the fingers point a little bit like upwards.
Upwards.
And then the other shoulder that isn't covered by the toga, on that side he's wearing a sort of tunic thing, so there's like a V-neck shape that you can see half of. And then the sleeve is like a very, very loose t-shirt type sleeve, but it goes all the way down to just below the elbow, so you can't see the elbow.
Okay. Is there like a shoulder or arm seam visible or anything, or is it kind of just draping?
there's a sharper angle at the shoulder so that you can sort of see there's a seam there, and then there's like a line in the armpit, but it doesn't like connect all the way to the shoulder.
Okay, and then it just sort of drapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like a t-shirt sleeve would.
Yeah.
And then on that wrist with the t-shirt sleeve, he has like a bracelet or like a cuff thing that's like maybe like a thumb's length of like his thumb's length up his wrist, like this pretty long piece. It's like metal, you know.
Okay, so it's from the wrist up, like the thumb length. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's got like kind of like the top and bottom edge of it kind of has like a ridge on it, so it's like, or I can't think of a word for it in any language, but like if there was like a sort of a decorative edge, you know,
like a groove or like
like the opposite of a groove, like it protrudes a little bit, like it's wider at the like ends of the thing.
Ah, right, I gotcha. I think
kind of like a, you know, lankarulla shape.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called. Like a spool of thread, I guess.
Yeah.
There's some like rings and stuff, but we'll get to those in the end. They're just like small details.
Yep.
Okay, so shoes.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like sort of those like gladiator type sandals.
Mm-hmm.
So the foot that is facing frontwards, you can sort of like see the like front of the bottom of the shoe, like where his toes are a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 2 straps on the top of his foot. Like one quite near the toes and then one quite near the ankle.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 3 straps on his calf, sort of evenly spaced, so that the top one is like right where the sheet or toga ends.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like 1 strap that goes from the like ankle strap all the way to the top strap. So it's connected to like 4 different straps. Just like
oh my god.
vertically.
Okay, so there's like an ankle strap.
Yeah.
And then it goes. It's like a horizontal straps, or do they like do a like a?
They're all horizontal. They don't like crisscross or anything. But then there's 1 vertical strap that like is like right in the middle in the center. That's like attached to the like ankle strap, and then like the topmost like shin strap, and then the 2 ones in between.
So there's shin strap, and there's like a. So there's 4 straps on the like the. Like
there's
not the foot
5 straps in total, and 4 of them are attached to the vertical piece, and then there's 1 that's like by the toes that's not attached.
Oh. So it does come to the table of the foot a bit. The yeah.
Yeah. And then basically the other foot is like the same type of shoe, but it's from the side, so you can see like the two straps that are like on the table of the foot, as you say in Finnish. And then there's one that's like starts at the bottom of the shoe, like you can see a little bit of the sole of the shoe like under the foot. And it
Mhm.
starts at the sole of the shoe like right next to the other like over the foot strap, and then it goes from there to like behind the heel, you know? Sort of like in an arching shape. I
Hold on,
can't hear you. Are you just
I'm
quiet?
I'm thinking. I just realized I'm almost making this look like a bridle, so I'm like, oh no, have I done something wrong?
No, it's I'm really bad at drawing feet, so these kind of look weird anyway.
Okay.
And then you can see that like vertical strap start from like where it starts from on the other foot, but then you can obviously just like see a little bit because then it disappears under the toga, which comes lower on this side,
Yeah.
all the way to the ankle.
Okay.
Okay, so are you missing like any significant bits of clothing?
So he has like a toga over like a different piece of garment under the
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of, so there's like the one sleeve and then the toga comes over, so there's a bit of like a V-neck going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on the sleeve side he has like one of those bracelets.
Yeah.
And then he has strappy shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so some details then. First of all, the like non-toga, like the shirt side of the clothes.
Mm-hmm.
The shirt has like sort of similar decorative patterns as your character did, like at the neckline and then at the bottom of the sleeve. So there's like a, you know, strip of clothing, and then the pattern is like there's a line at both like end like sides of this strip, and then in the middle there's a sort of like a spiral pattern, but it's a little bit rectangular, kind of this like generic Greek or Roman pattern.
Ah, that thing.
So it's basically like a, you know, another spiral, and then it goes around and connects to another spiral that goes the opposite way. So basically like an S shape, but then it's like more spirally. But then it's also like rectangular. But you know, if you just draw some squiggles or something on there, it'll probably look the same. It's very small.
Okay. Like
And
kind of
then
doodled there.
in the open neck part, you can see like a little bit of the collarbones. I just drew like 2 lines basically. And then you can see a little bit of chest hair. Just like a couple of little squiggles basically.
Oh, a couple. Okay, yeah.
And I've also put like little lines as indicators of leg hair on the parts of the shin that are showing from between the shoe straps. And I've done like sort of horizontal lines on the exposed arm to indicate arm hair. None of these look very good on my drawing because I'm not very good at drawing body hair, but you know, there was an attempt.
That's good enough. So there's like leg hairs. Okay. I'll have to figure this out when I'm cleaning up, but yeah.
Yeah. Then the hand that has the bracelets that's down by his side, that one has just like a regular ring on both the thumb and the forefinger.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other hand has a ring with like just like a simple round stone on it on both the thumb and the, I don't know the names of fingers in English, god damn it. The nameless finger.
Ring finger. It's the ring finger.
It's the ring finger. I'm so stupid. So the thumb and the ring finger have the rings with the stone on it.
Okay. That's incredible.
And then the middle finger and the forefinger have like regular rings on them, but the one on the middle finger is like not on the bottom of the finger where you would usually have a ring, but it's on like the middle knuckle.
Okay.
Thing. So it's like further up the finger.
Yeah.
And I think that's everything.
Ooh, okay.
Where did I leave my sketchbook? Hold on. Okay, I got my sketchbook. I left it by the scanner by accident. Okay, so I am going to now tell you the colors for this thing.
Yes, please.
So, the dude is colored, like, his skin color is like a kind of dark brown.
Mm-hmm.
And then the hair, both on the head and on the chin is just black. But basically, I just, it's a little bit darker black, like on the top of the head, so I would use like actual black maybe there, and then on the other parts, just sort of like put brown with the line art.
Okay.
Because obviously the line art is already black.
Yeah.
Then the toga is like a kind of cooler red, but just like red. And then I did a little bit of like shading on it with blue where the like folds of the fabric are to sort of like indicate that it's maybe a little bit like a two-toned fabric.
Ooh, nice.
Just to make it look cooler. A little bit like more purpley.
Nice.
And the shoes and all of the jewelry is gold. So just like yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I used a light brown for a little bit of shading on like mostly the bracelet. Just to make it look a little bit more gold and not just yellow, but you know, that's optional.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like the foot that you can see the side of, and then the hand that's like hanging by his side, where you can sort of see a little bit of like where the bottom of the foot would start, or like on the finger where the palm would start. I used like a lighter brown to indicate that that's like lighter tone. As you know, a black person would have like lighter colored, like also like wherever you can see nails, I also used lighter brown on the nails.
Okay, yeah.
And then the two gems that are on the fingers, that on the rings that have gems on them, those are the same red as the toga.
Okay.
And then the decorative border things on the like tunic thing are the same yellow as all the gold stuff, and then the rest of that fabric is like a light gray.
Okay. I'm just kind of putting the colors in, so that this is just really rough.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, like my watercolor job on this is also very rough, and my sketchbook paper, like it's pretty thick, but it's like a very low quality paper, so it like starts, making those little like balls of paper really quickly when you put water on it. So you can basically like get away with one layer of watercolor, and then after that, it's all over for you.
So the gems were red.
Yeah.
They're kind of tiny, but I just dotted a little bit of red in there.
Yeah, they are very tiny. I also added like just a thin line of red, like where the bottom lip is. It's not like the lip isn't like clearly outlined or anything, but I just like put a little bit of red there too.
Okay.
It's quite subtle.
I'm hoping this dries a bit lighter, these pencils, because this is getting really like oh no.
God, markers always dry a little bit lighter.
Well, I mean, these are the watercolor brush marker things.
Oh, well, in that case, I have no idea.
Yeah,
but you could dilute them with water.
Maybe I can try to lift the color if needed, but then you can't see the face. I fucked up. This is why I never color anything. Fuck.
Well, but don't worry, we have the footage of you drawing it, so we know what it looked like before.
I can try to, if needed be, I can just have a light box nowadays, so I can just kind of try to use that, I guess, if needed.
Yeah, it's on that. Did you remember to restart your like video recording? But
yeah,
good. Just making sure.
This ain't my first rodeo.
It ain't my first rodeo either, but that's exactly the kind of thing me and my ADD brain would forget, so...
Oh no, I shouldn't have tried to color this in. Oh no. And now one of the rings has just disappeared.
Hey, I also accidentally painted over the ring with the like skin tone, and then I had to use a Posca pen to bring it back.
Maybe I need to get something to bring this man back out of the void. Oh no. I just watched these pens and I was like, I guess this doesn't seem too bad of a brown. Because I mean, it's like I'm assuming this is like pretty much the color you like needed for this. But because I have like absolutely nothing to tone it with, like give some definition to the face, so it's just like, oh no, oh. Maybe I can fix this somehow still. see if I can lift the colors a bit with something like Q-tips and water or something.
Ow! You kicked me in the face.
Does it? In this episode, does it lift? Oh my god! It does!
Does it lift?
Yes, it does! Holy shit!
And the crowd goes wild.
Whoa! Okay, it's not like perfect by any means, but it's getting better. Like you can actually see his face, and the fact that he does have a nose. I'll try something very dangerous. I'm adding blush with a Q-tip. In the hopes of... Oh no, I fucked it up! Ah! Why am I so trying this hard? Oh my god!
Stop trying to be fancy with it.
It's like one part of my brain is like, you can do so much better than just splashing a bit of color on there. And then the actually, like the brain doing this stuff is like, okay, and just explodes in my face. Also, the two-tone thing didn't kind of work on my end. It just looks like it's smudged. So I'm smudging it a bit more with a Q-tip.
What makes you think it doesn't look smudged on my end?
Because you actually know how to color things.
Well, I wouldn't say know how to. I would just say maybe that I actually color things. It's not about whether or not you know how to do it, it's just whether or not you do it.
This is getting worse. Maybe I should just stop and just send the picture to you. This is getting so much worse every second. Oh no. Oh no, this looks so bad, but okay. I'm ready.
All set? Yep.
Yep.
Sending.
Sending. Behold.
Slow Wi-Fi. There it goes.
See, yours actually looks two-tone. Mine doesn't.
Well, that's probably more about the material than anything.
Fuck, I missed so many of the strappy things. And the thingy on the other foot is the wrong way. God damn. The face is like, or the expression is kind of okay.
Yeah.
Somewhat similar.
Yeah, and the like shirt part is pretty much exactly the same. Yours is just a little, the sleeve is a little more flowy.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I totally forgot to tell you about the like decorative bits on the like wrist cuff thing.
Yeah, I was just looking at it, I was like, oh no, did I miss that one? Oh no.
No, you did. That's my fault. I forgot. Like I had described the general shape of it, and then the details. I forgot that I didn't tell you about the like other parts. Yeah. No, that's valid.
It could have been so much better though. The gray is okay though. You can't see the chest hairs on my drawing.
Yeah, well, I feel like the neckline for yours is a little bit less open than mine as well.
And he doesn't have that many shoulder. That many shoulder. What is English? How do I English? Oh my god. But mine isn't as shouldery.
Yeah. I was going to say something, but I got so distracted by my cat constantly screaming. I don't know what it was. Yeah, no, this is... Yeah, I remember that. This is what, like, why I always advocate for, watercolors instead of any kind of markers, because, like, I feel like a lot of your issue with the coloring was just that you didn't have the right colors.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I had started mixing the colors, I feel like I would have fucked up more. Also, if I do a two-tone, I usually like have the both of the colors like open, like the lids off, so that I can kind of quickly switch between them if needed. Yeah. But this time I wasn't quick enough, so...
Yeah. I just did mine. I did like a flat layer of the red, and then I just did the blue on top. But as you can see, like mine, some of the areas of the red are like really pale, and that's because the color sort of like lifted, and then the paper got damaged, so it sort of like wouldn't lay evenly anymore. Well, this has been a fun experiment.
Yeah. I'm sweating like profusely. I've been so nervous.
Well, hey, we did it.
Hey.
Just gonna sign off here and say thanks for watching, and also watch the first part if you didn't. Kiwi, shut up! Thank you for joining me, Mari.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for doing this with me. This was fun.
Yeah, this seemed interesting, so... Lots of chaos. But yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.